not watching Best for View TV.
What's good? What's good? Who we got on Best Premium TV today?
HitKidd.
Good, bro.
President HitKidd.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I've been seeing a lot of that. President HitKidd. Why you added a president to your name, bro? What's going on with that?
I had an album that 2 years ago called HitKidd for President.
Word.
So you know, this it's a thing. It's like a niche right now.
Nah, I definitely rock with it. I ain't gonna lie. Everything you got going on, you putting people on. You putting people in better positions. So you basically the president right now, bro. That's what
Yeah.
want. So for the people who don't know who you are, give them a little background about you. Who's HitKidd? Who's President HitKidd?
South Memphis. You know what I'm saying, producer, just an all around creator, really. I kind of started when I was like, teenager going into high school. And this is basically who I am, man, just an all around creator.
So when you first jumped into music, did you jump into music as a producer? Did you try rapping? Did you try engineering? How did you get into the whole music?
I really kind of like born into music because my dad, he did it. When we stayed in South Memphis, he used to have like the studio set up in my grandma's front room. And I used to watch him do it. So like probably like around 3 or 4, I used to try to like record myself with the cassette tapes like on the stereo. And that's how I really kind of got into it. And I'd be rapping. Obviously, I wasn't talking about nothing, but that's how I kind of picked up some things.
I ain't gonna lie. Usually, I know it's like what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a gap between what our parents listen to and what the youth listen to, right? So, did you like the music that your dad was making, like even the beats he was making? Because he probably looked at you like this young nigga. He don't know what the fuck he talk about. That's not real music coming up.
Yeah, definitely. So he was basically like he knew all like the people out of Memphis that was making music around the time that a lot of people know of as of now. So, he was making stuff like that. He was a little more, I guess, like lyricist. Well, he rapped using realism.
Right.
So he rapped like he rapped about what was going on at the time and his experiences. And then on the flip side, my mom was listening to like DJ Paul and 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs and Harmony.
But I forgot. I be forgetting they from Memphis. I be thinking they from
No. They're from Cleveland, but they style is similar though.
Oh yeah, because didn't they have didn't Bone Thug and Harmony have a beef for somebody from Memphis or who they had beef with again? I forgot. I ain't gonna hold you. But
it might have been 3 6 actually.
Yo, no cap, bro. I feel like 3 6 Mafia is one of the most influential group like of all time, and people don't ever mention their name. Do you feel like Memphis, like as a whole, influences what goes around in the world, and people not get their credit? Because you see the shit Gotti I'm doing. His name has been mentioned for like before I was even born. You got the young dogs of the world. Like you got mad niggas come from Memphis. They always make a stamp on like the music scene, but it's like their names never get mentioned. Somebody looked up to in the interviews or stuff. Do you feel like Memphis is like overlooked?
Of course.
And why you feel that way? Like, what's going on? Like, why y'all feel y'all overlooked? Because Atlanta, they get credit without a heartbeat. You see the credit without a heartbeat, you feel me? But it's like Memphis, the one city I always forget. Why is that?
They just don't be mentioning everything, and they don't mention like the pivotal people, like the people who made certain decisions and stuff happen, situations happen, and they just don't be getting mentioned really. So but on another note, they just be getting like just everything stole as far as like like swag of how we create things and what we do down here. So the way we make music, for example, our cadences, obviously like production sound, just that whole demeanor.
What's some things that come from Memphis? Because I ain't gonna lie, you always hear okay, like twin and them, like certain slang come from Atlanta, but like there's not one certain slang that you could say from Memphis or what, not one certain dance. Because we look at like I'm in New York, so we all look at it like that's just down south. What came from Memphis that might not get its credit that people might not even know?
Like the triplet flow, like the way the Migos rap. Like so they be like like people who rap in 1/3, like they came from Memphis. Even like the hi-hat patterns on like beats, That came from Memphis, from DJ Squeaky, like the 1/8 hi-hat patterns, the dark sound. Then obviously the sampling that comes from Memphis, like the way some of the samples that are being sampled, some of the songs that are being sampled are coming from Memphis, and just that, and then everybody just trying to just say what we say sometimes.
Or I ain't gonna lie, being that like everything's coming from Memphis and everything's getting stolen, right? And oftentimes, of course, the rappers will get their credit for what they do, but like the producers don't always get that credit. Was that kind of hard becoming a producer? Because like you'll do some, like you'll make a certain type of sound, and this will be your sound, like the Memphis sound, and you will have other cities blown up off of that. Were you kind of scared becoming a producer going into that?
No, nah, because they're not me. You can do everything I do, blow up off of it, but when I
it went in and out. Come say it again.
I said I'm not worried about it. Because you can do what I do, but you're not me. You can get all the accolades, but they go see what the original sauce come from.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So talk about your journey as a producer, bro. How'd you said you learned from your dad, basically. When you start getting beat placements and stuff like that?
I don't really call it placement because I really just came up like working with my friends, and then everybody just saying what we were doing. We were just working on our sound together, and we just kept recording. And other people started saying what we were doing. Then we were just like developing each other, just working with each other so much, and then just about everybody who reached out was developing themselves. So we just really came up like that, and just kept working. Like I ain't really just had like no crazy hit until like 2 years ago. But it really wasn't like a hit outside of Memphis. So really just FnF was like the FnF was my biggest song.
I'll talk about it later down the line. Okay, so I ain't gonna lie, being a producer, I feel like y'all don't always get y'all credit because you feel me. It's like the rappers get the spotlight, and the rappers be afraid to pay producers. Rappers rather take beats off of YouTube, and being that like you're one of the Memphis producers, it's like, did you have did you feel some type of way when you had like certain peers go to YouTube to take beats instead of reaching out to you for beats, or like how'd you even go about? I should get this guy a free beat because it might benefit me, or I should charge him this much for a beat. Like, how'd you go about picking that? Because I don't think people understand life of a producer, especially on the come up.
No, I don't want to worry about none of that. Because I'm just I don't worry about none of it because it's just not the same when you go on YouTube. Most of the stuff sound is whitewashed anyway, so it don't sound natural. It just sound like it's just forced.
That's a fact. And so when you was trying to build your name, how would you going about like putting your beats out to the people? Because I know you produce for beats for like Juicy J. I think not Juicy J, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, more for Megan Thee Stallion. How'd you go out getting your beats to those type of people, or even get them to hear your beats, or even hear your name?
But Juicy J, he reached out, and then with Meg, somebody from Memphis reached out. It was like Meg manager wants some beats, and I was like, I ain't sending a whole lot of beats, so I ended up just sending like a few on them. Her manager text me, then we just built the relationship from there. Cause I sent like 1 or 2 beats, and the 1 or 2 I sent, she rocked with them, and at least to write to them, and then we just went on from there and just built the relationship.
All right, and being that, because you're a upcoming producer, they don't always want to get like, I'm not gonna say Megan Thee Stallion, but just in general, like just general. A lot of rappers don't want to get producers their credit, especially if you send them a beat. How did you go about making sure your business is right, making sure you benefit off of the beat? Because sometimes you look at a YouTube video, it'll be like Megan Thee Stallion featuring such and such, and you will never see no producer tag nowhere. You won't see their name nowhere. How did you go about making sure you got paid and you got your credit and people knew that was you?
Credit wise, I can put my own stuff on. Like I can say I did it, like I produced it, and then you can put that in the paperwork to make sure that your tag in there. I ain't got to do none of that, but I ain't going for that. But you could put in the paperwork that your tag got to be in there and that your name must be on the song or whatever. But that's only you can only it depends on your relationship that you can have your name attached to it. Like it's like it just depends on the paperwork really and your paperwork and relationship, but most importantly paperwork.
Did a situation happen where you learned the business early in the game? Like, did you learn from a certain situation, or like you just knew off rip, like I had to have my paperwork right there's got to be a contract. If I want my tag in it, get this signed. Cause you know, sometimes rappers should be trying to be like, okay, this rapper clouded up. I want them to rap my beat, and then they lose out because they don't make no money off it. The rapper they never hear back from the rapper again, and all types of shit.
You basically win because like this is your composition that you made. So even when no paperwork and they did something funny that they shouldn't, eventually when you start like the paperwork process, then you basically got leverage because they still use your composition.
Right.
They use your composition to to upload it wherever they shouldn't have uploaded or whatever, and just using your stuff without your permission because you part of it, you wrote it. So it's basically like you writing the music, even though most people just click stuff in, but at the end of the day, it's part of your work, and them putting your work out without your permission or your full without your full permission or agreement. This you got leverage.
Now I ain't gonna lie, it's good that you knew that early on because I feel like a lot of producers lose out on a rapper get a beat from them because of course they cloud it up, they got a name, and they'll send it to the rapper and they will never hear from the rapper again. So now they not only are they losing out on money, they're losing out like their name being put on the beat placement because that could help their credibility, and they lose out altogether.
I feel like you get your own credibility. Use like with a rapper, it's cool, but you should be your own brand, not to be trying to attach to nobody else. So that's what I don't care about with nobody talking about. Like I don't be sitting there crying, ain't nobody tag me. I might hit them up and be like, make sure you do that, make sure but most of the time I don't because I'm gonna put my own self on.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. So many times, well, nowadays you starting to see like the beat is what's making the song for like niggas don't really care about the lyrics. As long as the beat is fire, motherfuckers gonna keep bumping it, but it's just the rapper putting words onto it right now. It's just because they really saying bullshit on their songs. They don't really be saying nothing. Like you can't remember how the songs you listen to. It be the beat that catch you. Am I lying?
Nah, he ain't like especially like when they first come on, they be the first thing somebody hears the beat.
Bro, the beat gotta catch you before you even listen to it. If the beat don't catch you, you might skip the song for real, bro. Like you can say the most fire shit, but if you don't got the right beat, you gonna be like, all right, next song. Like you could have been like, you feel me? Next a beat could have you listen to some garbage ass shit and just be playing that shit like it was longer, bro. For real.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's crazy. So I ain't gonna lie, bro. Rich, recently you've been going viral because you put together this rap group. I wouldn't even say a group. Like, what do you call them? Like a group of five? Like, what is that?
They individual. They their own self. They're
their own self. Right.
Yeah.
So we got Glorilla, we got GlossUp, we got K Carbon. That's how you say your name, right?
K Carbon.
K Carbon. Slimes. And Aleza, right? We got Aleza. Aleza. Talk about how you went to put these females together. How'd you go about putting females together? Especially what made you say, all right, I'm about to invest my time, my money, not only to the beats, to the makeup, to all types of shit. Like, and they're not paying for nothing. What made you pick these 5 girls? Because
I already had this idea. I already had this idea to put like spotlight on Memphis women just for a while, and then I ended up going to the show called the Ring by DJ Texas Trill. So once I went to it, I think I was a speaker or something like that, and I seen like a lot of girls perform, and I just reached out to them, like pulled them to the side, telling them I would go get a studio session to do a few songs, which we just only end up doing one song. But
that was such a tone, right?
Yeah, so I had already knew I already spoke to Gloss before, probably like in 2019 or 2020. I knew a Glow because that was Gloss' best friend, and she had just started rapping when I met Gloss. And then Aleza, I knew of her because through mutual friends. Then Slime, I had worked with Slime before, like probably like 2016 or 17, something like that. And then Carbon, only reason that's the one I knew the least. The only reason I knew her, I didn't even know what she looked like at first. The only reason I knew her because I heard her about like her being familiar with Shiesty. Right. So, fast forward, I had got them all together, put them in the studio, put them in a group chat on the phone, like this the rundown, this how everything go. Then we got to the studio, then I just pulled up a beat and told them just really rap how you feeling about, at the moment. And
right. I ain't gonna lie. Were they all friends before? Did they all have relationships with each other? Like, were they best friends? I'm seeing a lot of like these are a group of best friends that just came together type shit. Or they were you put together?
I put it together, but Gloss and Glow was already friends.
Oh, so they really real best friend.
Mhm.
So how'd you
No,
go?
they had been friends for probably like a year or two before I even met Gloss. So they had to be like 2017 or 18 when they was already friends, or like they had just met each other.
So I ain't gonna lie. One thing I know about artists, everybody got like some type of ego. Like people don't really want to work with somebody. How are you able to put everybody on the same page? Like you got 5 girls. Like how much personality you're dealing with right now, bro. Like I don't think I don't think you even understand. Like dealing with like I ain't gonna say not dealing with female, but just dealing with people in general and get them on the same page as each other is hard already because everybody want to work the next person. Everybody want to fight the star. How are you able to bring everybody on one page, not only for one song, but a couple songs? You got set the tone, hot potato, set the tone too. There's a couple more songs I came across.
Uh, Really, I just made sure it was an audience, so I just be like, "This how it go." I just cut out effect, what I'm saying? I cut out effect out the steak, so it just be straight to the point. Like, ain't no weird vibes going on. If I feel like it's some weird vibes, I had to pull one onto the side or tell all of them at once. Like, nah, this ain't gonna roll. And
Right.
then I ain't never let nobody extra in the studio
Right.
or
I
at
ain't
the
gonna,
video shoots.
you just set a trend, right? Because it's gonna be
Nah,
a whole bunch of people gonna get 5 people trying to put them together. Like I need 5 girls from my city. We gonna work it out. Like you really just set a trend right now, bro. Like, cause I ain't gonna lie. How I look at it is like this: you putting them girls together, right? Gorilla blew up, but now everybody looking at GlossUp. Now everybody looking at other girls. Like who's up next? Oh, she fired. She fired. Now that's why they all go. That's why they all gonna get signed. All it took for one artist to blow up for everybody to get that exposure to even get a look at. Talk about how it feels to see FnF blow up.
it's a cry. I be thinking like stuff ain't real every day.
Did you know that song was a hit when y'all put it together? How'd you even go about like? I think matter of fact, I think I seen an interview where you said that was a last minute song for the album, right? No, Gorilla said
It
that was
wasn't. It
a
wasn't.
song.
It wasn't a last minute song, but it was a song I was gonna put on my album because I needed like I like the beat and I feel like the beat matched the production on there and I already had in mind. And I
Right,
know I wanted the girl on the beat and I needed like a summer song to follow up with Set the Tone from the previous year.
right.
And that's how I came up with the idea to be putting it on my album. But it's everything crazy just looking at like this stuff just it's just moving very fast. At first, it was moving super fast when it first came out. I couldn't get off the
What?
phone.
What, bro? When FNF when she first recorded FNF and everything was done, did y'all know that was a hit? Like, did you know, like, oh, that's the one? That's the one gonna take off?
I knew it was dope. I knew everybody. I knew it was gonna catch fire somehow, but not this big though. Like that way up to this point. Like we knew we probably gonna get 1 million views or something like that. Faster than how we did Set the Tone. Well, we ain't got many views on Set the Tone, but we knew we were gonna get a lot of views fast. Faster than we did Set the Tone, just out the strength of we haven't dropped any songs recently since we had dropped the EP.
Right.
So doing that, I knew it was just a hit song just because it was just like a hard song. And with the video process and when I had got the verse fixed, I was like, bro, we gotta shoot this right like today.
Right.
Who's in the studio?
Who came up with the whole marketing thing about okay, just get a bunch of girls twerking and shit? Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro. Before I even like when the first day it came out, I just seen the video go viral. And for some reason, I said this is gonna be a hit. Like all the girls gonna be twerking to this, all the girls gonna blow. Like they like ratchet shit. Like this was it came out at the perfect time. Who put all that together? The whole idea, the whole song, the fuck nigga free shit. Cause that's really a trend right now, for real.
That was Gloss. I mean, that was Glow. She came up with it because I told her to write like the day before, like a couple days before, but she never wrote until she got to the studio. So she wrote it in the studio and did all that, and then I directed the video. My homie Rico R7, he shot it. He shot it for me, but then like the idea that like I really told her to just get all the friends that could have came because we shot the video 3 hours after the second session because we had to fix the verse.
Right.
Once she fixed the verse, and I told her to add at the red light twerking at the headlights, add that at the end with her and her friend teased it. I wanted them to screen that at the end because I knew that could have that was an element and that was gonna go crazy. And so I had a whole different idea for the video. But then when we had went back to the studio, I was like, bro, I know the idea. They just get whoever can come to the video shoot. They just go to the park and just be ratchet.
Right.
I told Slime bring her beer or whatever. tell whoever can come. Y'all don't need no makeup. She was like, I need to get my makeup done. I'm like, bro, you don't need no makeup, none of that. We gonna go to the red light. That was the last thing. I said, bro, let's go to the red light. Make sure y'all twerking on the headlights. Headphones just on the car. I'm like, bro, please get on the headlights. And that's when they started getting on the headlights, and you see like the red light actually in the video.
Right.
And then the lady that put us on live, that was recording us live. When I was co-editing it with Rico, I told him make sure that we put her live in the video.
That's definitely fun. That's definitely fun. So I ain't gonna lie, if I'm not mistaken, I remember it doing like 1 million views in a day, right?
On Facebook, yeah. Cause I was texting her, I'm like, it's test the water, test the temperature, see what it's gonna do. So do a snippet for me and put it on Facebook. And that was her dancing. And she did probably like 300K with that. And then when the snippet of the video dropped, that did 1 million views in a day.
So that's definitely fine. So when did y'all really know when it was really about to take off? Cause you feel me, you seen it blow up on Facebook. This is the first thing y'all went viral. But when you know this is something different about this song, like it was gone, like it's because you got a chance to change your life.
Cause they had 1 million views on Facebook.
I ain't gonna lie, people in Memphis still use Facebook like that. I ain't gonna lie, I thought people would be just strictly on Instagram and shit.
Nah,
that's
and then when I looked at her Instagram and I looked at her Facebook and I looked at my Instagram too, and all of it just like making sense and cohesive. So I was like, yeah, this probably gonna be super big. And then it just kept growing and everybody kept DMing us. We was like, bro, look who just DM'd me. Man, what's called this comment? Look who just did. Cardi B had commented on my post. Everybody was just commenting, everybody was hitting me up, and then man, everybody just reaching out, just hitting us up back and forth.
But you want to know when I knew when it was big? When everybody started remixing the song. Like you had Baby Dad's remixing
it. Yeah, because they started remixing like 3 days after we dropped it.
Bro, like, I'm talking about 2 days later. Bro, and all the videos doing 100K. Like everybody doing 100K. Like everybody trying to get the video out, type shit. Did you see any of the remixes? Did you have a favorite one?
No.
You didn't see any?
I didn't listen to it. If I listened to it, probably was a girl, but other than that, I probably still didn't listen to it. Honestly, this is probably like 3. That was like one of them I know for sure was Rennie Rucci. But other than that, I ain't listening to nobody else stuff really. If you was a dude, I for sure wasn't listening to it.
I ain't gonna lie, I had one of my homegirls do that shit, and she got 1 million views off of Facebook. Like, it was like Baby Dad Free or some shit. I'm gonna send you the link so you can check it out. But she did like 1 million views off of Facebook. We thought she was going too, but that was definitely dope. So then you had the situation when GlossUp signed to Quality Control. How did that go about? Because you feel me, everybody's talking about Glorilla right now. You feel me? So it was like, and then you kept seeing the videos that set the tone on Twitter blowing up. Like, Glorilla not the only one. She got a couple of friends coming with her. How did it feel to see? Okay, Glorilla took off, but the other girls that I put together, they on to come up too, like Slime.
P had called me and wanted her to come up to Atlanta. So that was like soon we got back from LA. After everything was going crazy, so we had to get back from LA, and it was the same day we got back. And he called me. He was like, "Yeah, I want her to come. I want her." He kept saying, "I want her. I want to come to Atlanta.
Right.
I want her. I want her. I want Gloss." And so we went up to Atlanta, and then we just chopping it up, and it just went from there.
In that situation. So, are any other girls planning on signing anytime soon, or they got any deals on their way?
Well, you know, everybody just be talking, but it's pretty cool, pretty exciting just to see people reach out to the rest of the girls, and you know, see where we can go from there.
How does it feel to know, like, I'm not gonna say you're one of the reasons behind all this shit going on right now. Like the whole Memphis, like the spotlight's on Memphis. The females are winning right now because of you. How does it feel to know you had a plan 2 years ago? You met a bunch of strangers that you've been hearing about, and you put money behind it, pay for their makeup. How does it feel to know, like, this is what I did? This is like I put this together, basically.
It feel cool. Like that's why I told them I want to happen. Like I got a text message with Gloss from like January 2020 or something like that, where I texted and told her what I was trying to do. But this was a whole year, almost 2 years before I put them together. So it's just cool. It's really cool. Like, cause I say it's cool because I'm trying to keep moving forward, keep progressing. Right. Like this cool, but it's time to go to the next thing. I don't want to sit here and dwell on it.
Right. And then God, being that, what's it called? You just put 5 people like you just gave 5 people some exposure, right? Are you looking forward to start over again and do the whole thing again, like give 5 more people exposure, put it together, 5, and it don't matter if it's a group of 5 girls, 5 boys, 5 kids. I know you started Camp Soft Entertainment, if I'm not mistaken. Camp Soft.
Well, yeah, I got Camp Soft Entertainment, Camp Soft Records, but I don't think I'm gonna do the same thing because it's not like it's not a blueprint or a recipe. It just like it got to be in you to be able to do it. So it's like you make some good food, but you forgot how to make the recipe, but you can make good food though.
I ain't gonna lie, and being that you got like 5 girls, well, you got many hits, right? A lot of people gonna be reaching out to you, right? Oh, can you sign me? And I know you said you were interested in signing artists. What are you looking for in an artist? Are you looking for to work with just strictly girl artists, or you looking like you just open ears?
I'm just open ears. You gotta make sense. Like situation gotta make sense. Like
And go ahead.
I just look at everything about an artist. Like it's a lot of discrepancies and like stuff. I just look at a person. Like if the main thing would be like a person demeanor or the way they carry themselves. See if I even like you as a person first.
Right. And I ain't gonna lie. I know you big on Memphis artists. Do you look to expand anytime soon? You hear me?
Yeah.
I know you're big on like putting off of Memphis and like you jacking the Memphis song. Do you look to expand like, okay, I'm gonna try a drill beat, or I'm gonna try a Cali flow, for a Cali sound? Do you look to expand, or you like what you got going on right now?
I already did all that type of stuff, but I'm putting this on the map like it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have my stuff coming out, and it's gonna be a time for it when it need to hit like it need to. Like some of the music that I've done that's not like just Memphis sound go come out, but it might not be the time for it to really pop for me or just in general. But eventually, I already did it, but eventually I do like a whole like a chunk of it.
All right. And I ain't gonna lie, when I was doing my research, I see you had a situation with Dream Chasers Records. Are you still with them?
Oh no.
All right, let me ask you this, because I see oftentimes, I just want to know the pros and cons of signing to a label, especially by artists. Was there pros and cons of working with Dream Chasers? Not trying to talk down bad on their name, you got anything real bad to say about them, but just saying like pros and cons of signing to a label as a producer.
Don't. Well, they ain't really do jack, so they ain't really. No, we did like one session, that was it, and the rest of it was on me. Like the rest of the time I met with everybody else was on me. It's because I was working.
Right.
So I didn't wait on nobody to work.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. 'Cause I ain't gonna lie, I see producers signed to labels all the time, and it'll be like, damn, you can only produce for this certain people on this label, so kind of like blocks what they got going on. But I just want to see I just want to see what you have going on with it.
That ain't stopped me from working with nobody else, but they were trying to get me to work with other people, and I was like, I'm not working with no upcoming people, and I got upcoming people back at home.
Right.
Like we can work with some big people that y'all can link me up with that makes sense at that time.
Right.
Because y'all have an avenue that I can't get to at the moment. So, you just building a bridge for me could help, but that ain't happen. If it only happened because I was moving on my own. Like I wasn't going to say, hey, I'm Dream Chaser producer, HitKidd. Would you like to work with me? I didn't do none of that. I was like, I'm HitKidd. You want to work there, cool or not, you gonna see me again.
That's definitely fact. That's definitely fact. I ain't gonna lie. There's this one thing that's been trending on the internet. Body Smart is saying $10,000 is too much for a beat. You feel like producers shouldn't be asking for that much. Do you have a certain take on that? How much do you feel like a producer should get on a beat? Because me and you just spoke on it earlier. Like sometimes the beats what make the song for.
I think he was talking about like each producer because sometimes when producers produce a song. They have like other like loop makers and stuff involved, and I think each one of them asks for $10,000.
Right.
But 10,000 is like if it's not average, above average for producers to charge. So it's really, you know what I'm saying? Once you really get deep into it, you'll see like 10,000 almost normal.
I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of up and coming producers, and they probably looking up to you. They trying to see what you got going on. What advice do you have for them, especially about like putting themselves in a position to get next to artists so they can hear their beats?
Work with somebody you can that you feel comfortable working with and building a whole lot of building a catalog with, and then eventually you might see the people you able to reach out to and work. But don't just look lame and just be doing the cliche thing and sending so many beats and spamming. don't do that. Build your own brand. Don't let nobody say you my producer or none of that. Like, be your own brand, be your own person. So that's the best advice I can get on stuff. Don't try to do all this spam and none of that.
How'd you go? Because again, you're in Memphis, so I know you said you had a couple people around you that knew people. How'd you go about like putting yourself in position for even Meek Mill to hear your beat?
My homie Trey Venture had went up to meet Meek. But I produced for Trey at that time, and he asked me that I want to go. I had to pay for my stuff, but I was like, cool. I go with you. And I was just sitting there, like, I would let him do his thing. I had my backpack, of course, just in case, anybody needs some beats. Right. But then Meek turned around to me, asked me that I had some beats, and I put on my laptop. And
you're ready. Be ready so you don't gotta get ready.
Yeah, of course. So that's how they end up going. Like, I was me there, so that's how they went.
I ain't gonna lie. Again, you mentioned Camp South Entertainment Records. Do you have any more artists on the rise that you think like that you pushing after, like, besides the girls?
They not on the label, but I
mean, like, I know the girls not on the label, but who you pushing on Camp South?
Nobody. I ain't got nobody yet.
You don't got nobody? You still looking? I ain't gonna lie.
I won't say like I'm necessarily scouting, but I am scouting, but I'm kind of going where it makes sense. If I feel it, when I feel in my soul to execute, then I'm gonna do that.
All right, what if somebody want to submit? What if somebody want to work with you, get over with you? How can they get in contact with you?
They have to go through my manager, Kadeem.
Let them know.
They have to find him. They really want to work with me.
Oh, I see. What's his name again? Spell it out. So they gotta go through your followers and go find that nigga.
Kadeem Phillips. KADEEM Phillips. PHILLIPS.
Y'all heard it. That's the secret formula to get in contact with him. But I appreciate you for doing this interview with me, bro, for real, because you ain't had to do this shit.
Yeah, for sure. No problem.
And can you shout out BestsPointOfViewTV for the interview?
All right, shout out to BestsPointOfViewTV. You know what I'm saying? They know what to do, man.
I appreciate that. Yo,
Check it. Trials and tribulations, I'm just trying to live my life, hoping to make the right decisions, cause I want to live it right. I remember nights, no sleep, feeling weaker than 7 days. Now I'm using my clever ways to make sure my songs getting played, but these niggas doubt me, they think I'm not gonna make it, but soon I'm gonna be rich and happy, that girl getting naked. I promise you I'm the best, supreme Nakshi, I'm on the rise, smoking dope and I'm getting high, spirit she floating to the sky. I wonder, is they gon' think I'm a joke because